I wouldn't say I was raised here, because I wasn't. I was raised in Copley, but this is where I was born. And from my mom's side and my dad's side, anytime I'm in New York, I don't even really need to get a hotel, to be honest, because this is home. I got drafted to the Giants or the Jets. That would make the story even better because it's coming back home.
Your father used to always just carry you on his shoulders. You ever recall always being on his shoulders? Right, Oliver? You used to always carry him on your shoulders?
Yeah.
I don't think he can put me on his shoulders now. I can put him on mine. I don't remember anything about this. Like me and my dad was walking here. He was asking me, do I remember this street? Do I remember this? Obviously I know that I lived here, but when we moved to PA when I was 5, so. I didn't really get to start playing until I got to where I'm at now. I played 1 year in Allentown. I took a year off. When I got to Copley.
When he was in 6th grade, the teachers called me up at the end of May, and they're like, Coach Piston, you have to get this guy out for football. His name is Saquon Barkley. He had a struggle about whether to play or not.
People were in puberty, I wasn't. People were growing, I wasn't growing.
He missed some practices. He'd come back, I'd be like, where did you go, Say? And he'd go, I went to New York to get a haircut.
I was immature, I was young. I wanted to quit. My dad gave me 2 quotes that stick me for the rest of my life, and I even tell kids is, don't quit. Once you quit something, you're quitting for the rest of your life. You're gonna quit on your wife, you're gonna quit on your family, you're gonna quit on your job. And when you get on the field, don't give them a reason to take you off.
Here at Whitehall, we're not the biggest school. Guys from here, Matt Milton and Dan Copen, go on to the NFL for one reason, because they're tough. You get these kids in high school when they're a freshman and everyone's like, oh, he's gonna be an NFL pick someday. He's, a 5-star athlete. Saquon wasn't that. Saquon being Saquon, he did it one way. He just outworked everybody.
Went against a lot of schools that were bigger than us. We had to push ourselves in the weight room, get stronger and faster to be able to compete with those guys. And
he would ask me, Coach Piston, are you gonna open the weight room on the weekends, on snow days?
My wife would laugh because sometimes I'd get a call on Saturday at 10 o'clock at night, Coach, can you open the weight room? She knew who it was. Sophomore year, he was behind a senior running back.
Saquon Barkley checks into the game.
Guy got hurt, and I was able to step up.
Handoff goes to Barkley, shoots up the middle. He's past a defender, he's at the 30.
It's the second carry from about the 50-yard line. He broke one right up the middle.
Across the end zone for the touchdown.
I remember turning to my coach and saying, I wonder if we should have played him sooner.
Remember the one game, we had a bet if I scored a certain amount of touchdowns.
You'll give you $100.
$100. And it was like on the
Did
night.
you ever get your money?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying. Someone asked, I'm pretty sure I spent it on food.
I
Now
got you.
think
I
about
think
it.
you
Yeah, you
did.
did. I spent it on food. Which it was like on the sideline, right? It was 99. It was like literally on the 1-yard line. I forgot what the play was, but boom, I break it. And literally, it sounded like a movie, but I swear to God, this is a real story. I'm literally running on the sideline. As I'm running on the sideline, I look at my dad, and I'm literally smiling at my dad, like in my head, like cha-ching, like give me my money.
From that point on, he exploded.
It was almost video game-like.
Barkley takes the handoff, looks left. He's gonna, oh, what a spin move. He's gonna be wrapped up. No, not even. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. 5 touchdown. The pitch to Barkley. And Barkley gets into the end zone again. He's at the 10. Jukes. Oh my God, how'd they not get him? Barkley takes the handoff, makes one defender miss. He's bulldozing his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Hand off to Barkley up the middle, and there he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. And he's in for the touchdown.
At the end of his sophomore year, I started sending film out. And I remember sending the film to Rutgers. So they sent their running back coach down to watch us when we were at Rutgers, and he was making plays. Coach Flood came over and said, Coach Gilbert, can you and Saquon come to my office? I'm I'm like, I hope we're not in trouble. And then he said, we'd like to offer you a full scholarship to come to Rutgers. And, you know, his jaw dropped and I almost broke out in tears. You know, this is a kid that, you know, a year ago wasn't even really hardly playing.
Coach Gilbert told me he got an offer from Rutgers. I was like, wow, maybe he is something special.
Most kids there would start pounding their chest. For him, that offer made him work even harder.
I actually committed there. It was kind of like a silent commitment.
Our recruiting philosophy, we are going to dominate the state.
After getting the job, I reach out to the guidance counselor and say, hey, could you have Saquon Barkley, give us a call?
That started making things a little bit confusing for Saquon. He thought Rutgers was going to be it.
They were looking to change and turn the program back around. At first, I wasn't really on board. First game I visited was a Penn State-Michigan game.
Under center, turns, Belt, left side, Belt to the near side, touchdown, Penn State, the Nittany Lions win it in overtime.
The fans, the stadium, the atmosphere, they had it all.
And on homecoming, the Nittany Lions deliver drama.
I wanted to go to Rutgers because I'm a strong believer in you don't go back on your word.
I remember him saying, he's like, I never even broke up with my girlfriend. How do I break up with Rutgers?
A lot of kids, and you see it every day, decommit, 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 commit. You know, they're back and forth, jumping around. It did not sit with him.
As life goes on, you got to make tough decisions to help you as a person and decisions that's going to benefit you.
I'll be furthering my academic and athletic career at Pennsylvania State University. The reason why I chose Penn State is because it fits me the best overall for the next 4 to 5 years of my life.
It was really his decision, but it was up to me. I'd have still let him go to Rutgers, but he made the right decision, and I knew that the first year.
Every kid you recruit says they want to play as freshmen. Saquon got here and he was different.
He's an absolute freak. It's awesome to have him on your team.
He's probably as strong as anybody in the country, and he's a running back.
We had a moment in practice where we were doing what we call Lion's Den. All 3 D linemen got through. It was over. And he made those 3 guys miss. I mean, literally, the coaches' mouths were wide open. The players all went crazy.
Great to have you with us here today at Beaver Stadium. Steve Jones, Jack Hand.
When I realized that I can do this at college level would be Buffalo. I didn't play the first half, and I remember it was raining, and I was sitting there cold, and I was like, if you get in this game, you gotta make sure they don't want to take you out.
Barkley, sweeping far side, there he goes, 50, far sideline 40, the electric freshman to the 35, and down to the 27-yard line.
I was able to break a long run, and then the next play I was able to jump over somebody.
Give the ball to Barkley up the middle, good block by Gaia, hurdles to the 25-20, 15, and down to the 10-yard line. There's your electric freshman.
Safety came up to fit in the hole, and he hurdled him.
You can't teach this. You want to get a jump start in your running game? Well, Barkley is given to you right now.
He always was a jumper. I was like, wow, he's really doing that at the next level as well.
Saquon Barkley is in the lineup. He is to the right of Christian Hackenberg. 2 to the far side, 1 near side.
When I realized I could play at elite level would be the Ohio State game my freshman year.
Everyone in tight, 3rd and 1.
All the special players they had on that team that year and how many players been drafted.
Barkley, left side, bounces left, spins, breaks a tackle, cuts inside to the 15, gets a first down to the 17-yard line, as only he can do, and the Nittany Lions move the chain.
That's when I really was like, okay, you can do this at elite level, like you can be an elite player too, and that's when confidence started growing a lot more.
The pitch to Barkley. Barkley hurdles Will Barkley, and Barkley with a first down. Barkley, not a lot of room to run, but he finds room, making it all the way in for the touchdown. This
time it's Barkley. Cutting inside. Barkley, touchdown!
When guys see the best player on your team being the hardest worker on your team and holding himself to the highest standards possible, that just makes everyone else hold themselves to a higher standard.
How's the job out there?
Everything that we've asked him to do, he's done it 100%. You look at him, that's why he is where he is today. He's one of the most beloved Penn State football players in our history.
Penn State running back Saquon Barkley has declared for the NFL draft. Sports Illustrated recently had Barkley rated as the #1 overall draft prospect.
He is just that talented as a pass catcher. He is Le'Veon Bell plus in the receiving game. You look at this route here, you get him matched up on a linebacker one-on-one. He's going to run a little up and wheel, just put a little hesitation on the linebacker, and all of a sudden he is gone.
Saquon Barkley is the best overall prospect. Then he goes in and he dominates the combine.
Did somebody other than Saquon Barkley work out today?
It was arguably the best running back performance we've seen in our combine history.
It was Saquon Friday, and then it bled into Saquon Saturday. It's Monday, and people are still talking about Saquon.
His talent speaks for itself. This guy is a jitterbug holding a stick of dynamite.
If you're going to use a first-round pick on a running back, he belongs in that exception to the rule category.
We talked about 4 or 5 different goals and objectives. Number 1, prep for the combine. You made it very clear, your family made it very clear that was your number 1 goal. You didn't want to be distracted. And by the way, congratulations. You killed it.
Thank you.
Okay? So that was the number 1 goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think they started off with a bang just by announcing you joining the Rock Nation family. I mean, obviously that picture of you and Jay was viral to the definition.
The announcement put up against another, we won't name the QB, but against a QB, 369 million impressions is for an announcement is incredible.
The views, like you can see the amount of views. I get like over 200,000 views on an Instagram story post. So that's why I put more.
Incredible when you're thinking about that your number is 366 right now. So the percent of people who are actually engaging with it, it's amazing.
395.
Who's counting? Sorry.
We're gonna get that million.
Yeah, no, we are.
So our new city strategy. This begins to shift a little bit, right? Because you've got a new environment, a new city, and we think it's really important that even before your first regular season game, that you're very well integrated into that new market.
Maybe you do the press conference and immediately following we do a surprise and delight at a youth football camp. That's with the Boys and Girls Club or something like that. So you're immediately ingrained into the community.
I like that.
You like that?
A lot. I like
Okay.
that a lot. Because that's something that obviously it's good media publicity, but that's something that's a good thing to do. The big thing that I've been thinking about, like you said, the charity and the philanthropic stuff, is the education that I want to do for inner cities. My parents made that sacrifice to leave from New York and then move to a suburban area for a better schooling system and a better chance for the kids. Not everyone has that. Start regionally, wherever I get drafted. Hopefully it's New York, that'd be perfect because it's home and I can go to Bronx, I can go to all the 5 boroughs. I want to get to a point where by the end of my career that I can say that I sent kids to college. When I was younger, 2, 3, my dad would be right here watching the game and I'd be like literally attached to his hip watching a Jets game. And that's how I became a fan of the Jets. That's when Chad Pennington, the Curtis Martin era, and those guys, and that's when I started really developing a love for football.
Saquon, how you doing, man? You were running around the city doing a bunch of different things. How's your day been?
It's been amazing. You don't even understand. I just got done actually meeting Curtis Martin.
Yeah.
We respect his game and respect him as a person, and just able to play him in chess. So I just picked up chess, started learning how to play chess, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, he put a whooping on me. He kind of toiled me a little.
This is the castle thing, like, because I haven't moved my king or this, I can move it over 2 spaces and you put the rook on the other side of your king.
Okay.
Yeah. But watch it, because I'm setting you up. I think that when there's an opportunity to have an impact on someone like Saquon, I look at this as an opportunity to tell him the mental, emotional part of the game. You're about to enter a whole different world, a whole different level. And there'll be some things that you have to change about your game. There'll be some things you have to change about yourself. There's this quote that says, when change is necessary, not to change is destructive. You need somebody who can give you unbiased advice. It's people who are just concerned about your best interests, and they don't have anything to gain from it.
Did he pass the eye test when he was in 7th and 8th grade? No. But he had a vision, and that vision has become a reality.
He will do whatever he needs to do to be the best back in the NFL.
If you're building a Frankenstein running back, he looks exactly how you'd want him to be. His quickness, his speed is going to be off the charts. He can break tackles, he can make you miss, he can catch the ball out of the backfield.
I think you can do what Kamara can do at 230. That changes the game.
Barkley to his left, to the hole, 35, 40. There goes Barkley, 50. Mr. Electricity lights it up at Beaver Stadium tonight.
I've been doing this 23 years, in every major conference as well as the NFL, and I've never seen anybody like him.
I would watch film on NFL backs. I don't really look at them and be like, wow, I can be like him, because I don't want to be like him. I want to be better than him.